Hey everybody, it's Chucklehuck. Welcome back to more Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Last time, we met with Queen Bean and had a political debate. We'll go with that. Seriously though, we found out that she had been poisoned by a belly black worm given to her by you know who. You know how the drill goes at this point. So, this time, we are off to the Chucklehuck Woods to find the Chocola Reserve, which is the antidote for such a situation. But before we go, we are going to ignore all these civilians dying and bleeding on the cold ground, because we gotta go shopping, dang it! We gotta talk to High Forehead right here, the only ones who still worry about fashion despite the town's crisis are real celebrities. Real celebrities, eh? I have to set prices that won't discredit this place as a high-class boutique. Well, I mean, if the appearance of the boutique didn't already discredit it, I mean, I'm sure the presence of your mother does. Oh. Wow, okay. I did not mean to combine that with my comments on that other character's appearance a few videos back. I was not intending to make a yo mama joke there, but it just kind of came out as one. Wow, okay. Well, I already feel like a jerk for today. So, new equipment. First time that we're actually getting a chance to buy any. Red equipment can only be equipped by Mario. Green equipment can only be equipped by Luigi. And of course, if it's got both colors, it can be equipped by either bro. These blue jeans, even though they clearly are green jeans, we're going to get for Luigi. And that's going to burn up pretty much all of our money, even though we have another category of equipment we can buy in flashy badges. So what do? We do the thing that you can do in video game stores and in no real store ever that you would ever seriously shop at. We are going to sell our items and get some money for that. I guess it doesn't really matter if I part with 10 of these mushrooms. I mean, I have 38 of the dang things, and I got way more than 10 mushrooms for free. Come on, I can just get some money out of them. Okay, so flashy badges. We have the Castle badge and the P badge. P badge gives higher stats, simple as that. Mario already has the Bean badge from last time. I don't really think I need to get him a different badge. I kind of like what he has already, so I'll just buy this one for Luigi. And, you know, I guess I did sell one more mushroom than I needed, but it's not really all that big of a deal. I'm not all that concerned. We are so wonderful for shopping in the middle of a major crisis. Well, I guess we are helping out the local economy. Look at it like that. I won't charge you to look. Not that there's much to see. Wow, I feel kind of bad for that lady. First my yo mama joke, and then she says that. Brighter note. How about we hear some brighter music and not the friggin' sorry, I really do not like that song. I'm just glad to be back out in the overworld. You know, typical top-down, like a Zelda game, and, you know, you're kind of going on an adventure. You don't know what you're going to find out there. Well, okay, we did figure out what we were going to be finding right here. We have a new enemy. This is an enemy that I am really bad at doing the camera attack against. A Parabini. As you would guess, when you jump on its head, it becomes just a normal beanie again. I would obviously suggest jumping on the winged ones first, making them all just normal beanies so they are easier to counter. Because right here... Oh, wow, I actually didn't kill it when I did that, and I got hurt on that, wow. Got hit by a normal beanie. I know it was only 1 damage, but still, that is really not that great. Let's take these guys out. There we go. So, I want to walk around a little bit. We checked the sign, and it tells us where we need to go is off to the west, but I want to go to the east first. Not because I want to go to the airport and get out of this crazy place, but if we go down the pathway, we have our second warp pipe right here. Even though it is marked as 4 on the map, yeah. So here you can see the map of the Bean Bean Kingdom, and yes, the scenic nuclear power plant is actually the castle. I really don't know why they made it look like that. But more importantly, you can skip back to Stardust Fields should you ever want to go back there. Simple as that. Now, I will tell you, if you did not get that warp pipe in Stardust Fields, and you cleared all the levels of that minecart challenge that you used to go back to that area normally, oh boy, you are gonna have a fun time getting back there if you ever need to go back there. And trust me, we will need to backtrack over there someday. Now, we talked to these guys, and wow, they have some nice suits, but even more spectacular chins than that. So, we can only have certain people go through here to guard the Chucklehuck Woods ecology. Show them that brooch that we got from the Lady Lima, and they will very well allow us to enter these woods. With the power of their amazing chins, they lower the gate for us. Hope we can enjoy a taste of the incredibly flavored Chocola Cola while you're here. I don't personally drink any soda, but that does sound pretty good. If I was in another country that was known for its soda, I'd probably make an exception for that one day. Now, after that battle, I want to make note of something. A lot of people say that the Mushroom Kingdom creeps them out with how there's eyeballs on everything. No. I could not agree on that being the creepiest thing in, like, a really upbeat video game world. These freaking trees, man. That goofy smiley face, and just how often you see it repeated, how it's on every dang tree and you are surrounded by them. Okay, that is what creeps me out. Not the eyeballs of the Mushroom Kingdom, no. Friggin' Bean Kingdom trees. But I guess at least now we're inside here, we don't have to worry about it. So, brewing Chocola Cola, step 1. The main ingredient of Chocola Cola is Chocola fruit, which only grows in Chucklehuck Woods. Try saying that 5 times fast. You know what? The main ingredient of Chocola Cola is Chocola fruit, which only grows in Chucklehuck Woods. Okay, actually, that is not really that hard to say, but I could see somebody saying Chocola Woods, which I have made that mistake plenty of times in my life. Place 1 Chocola fruit in a barrel that's been filled to the brim with savory syrup. Tell funny jokes to the fruit until it laughs, releasing soda bubbles deep within the brew. Bear in mind that the quality of both the fruit and the jokes will affect the brewing process. I like this, actually. It's very creative. Father of Chocola Cola, first generation chateau owner. Bubbles. Very masculine name you have there. I'm sorry, I don't mean to like get into like a masculine versus feminine debate when it comes to names, especially with the guy that gets called, especially when I'm a guy who gets called Emily everywhere he goes, but I mean, I could never associate the name Bubbles with anything other than the Powerpuff Girls, you know, just because I kind of grew up in that era, but you know what I mean. So in this place, we have this maze of barrels, and a lot of people think the maze in Super Mario RPG, that 3D maze, is really confusing. No, this is what stumped me as a kid. I remember that this maze of barrels is actually the first screenshot of Mario and Luigi that I ever saw growing up, and I was like, wow, that looks really nice. The sprites look really cool, and it looks just like Paper Mario. I really can't wait to play that. Little did I know, it would be the bane of my existence. But at least now I know the way out. We are out of here. And Luigi, you, purple does not become you. I do not think you should become Waluigi. Or rather, that was not him at all. Let's go up here. And, okay, the thing is, I want to walk around here and see if there's any question blocks. But as a kid, I had a really traumatic experience here doing that very thing. You know how I said I had trouble on this maze? Well, I got stuck in here for days. Then I got up here, and I fell down and had to do it all again. You guys think you've heard me be loud before? No. When I was a kid, I had far less self-control over that. I screamed so loudly, my mother came running thinking I burned myself. Not even kidding. Here I'm gonna restore my health. And yeah, probably my most traumatic childhood experience was the area that sold me on the game. Go figure. Ooh, boo, blast, criminy! The famous Shadow Thief Popple has been caught in full sight. You revealed yourself! You were following Mario, right behind him. Like, and I'm sure Luigi saw you as well from his vantage point. Rookie, shake a leg! Yes, boss. Okay, Rookie, it's your turn, see. I want you to squash those red and green drips there. So we have a spiked Koopa that came out accompanied by the Koopa Cruiser music. Guess what? Not only was I the worst Mario and Luigi player ever as a child with those stories that I've told you before, I didn't get at all what I am alluding to right now. Yes, even with the line that you see on screen right now with him saying that he seems to know those two from somewhere. I didn't get it at all. I actually thought that he was like Bowser's cousin or something like that. That was where I thought he was from. I don't mean to like spoil things, but I think it's pretty obvious. You two ugly mugs came here for the same reason as us. You want the fabled Chocola Reserve. Boo! Boo, I say! Who do you think you are, Fauvel? I don't care how ridiculous your face is. Only Fauvel can say stuff like that. I, Popple, Shadow Thief, filcher of the world's riches, bet you that I get the Chocola Reserve first! Rookie, go to it! We have a boss fight, and regardless of what he made it sound like, he is not creating a diversion so that Rookie fights us while he goes off and gets the Chocola Reserve. No, we have to fight them, and I gotta say, I'm not really a fan of this boss fight. If you couldn't tell, I have trouble countering the attacks in it. It's not even like Drago Ho-Ho, where it's hard to jump over the rocks at times. It's that they attack so freaking slow that I oftentimes pull out my hammer too early, and I just don't get to do the counterattack as a result. I mean, look at how slow that hammer is flying through the air. I only just barely countered it there. And the timing in this Mario and Luigi game compared to the others is really unforgiving with the hammer, in that oftentimes you will pull out the hammer too early and it breaks, whereas in other games you can pull it out a lot sooner. You know, you get what I'm saying. It's difficult. It really is. I don't like just how slow they attack. As funny as it is, I think I have an easier time countering attacks that go faster. For some reason, fighting these guys makes my gut flare up something fierce. That flame even travels slower than it did in the tutorial. Whoa, that was spicy. Great work, Rookie. You just keep at it, see? We getting more flames. He just had to kind of pause awkwardly there for a moment. If you're curious as to why I'm only attacking Rookie and not Popple, it's that if we were to go after Popple, Rookie would counterattack us every time and we would have even more attacks to deal with. Oh, I got heartburn. Wow, that is some volatile heartburn. I mean, I've heard of, like, blood clots and stuff like that causing ruptures, but not of the entire body. That is graphic when you really think about it. Ooh, dang. Well, now we can attack Popple unopposed. He goes after us. We're able to counter him just fine. Grr! Boo, I say! I'll remember this! Take care of that. We get a 1-up mushroom for our troubles. Not bad at all. Mario gets a level up. Awesome! For a boss fight that I usually have trouble with, I'm actually kind of happy that I didn't really have that much trouble that time there. Let's go for power. 3! Awesome! Okay, that's really good. All right, Luigi. You got a tough act to follow. I know you usually have really bad luck, contrary to what the L on your cap would make you think. It doesn't stand for lucky. Oftentimes in your life, it seems to just kind of stand for loser. Let's see what you get. 3 again! Dang! Okay, my luck is turned. Lucky Luigi indeed. Rookie, you bloated idiot! Who took you in when you were dazed and lost on the mountain? Me, you worthless vermin! I'm so ashamed. Meh, I don't care. See, meh, in a 2003 game, wow. We're as fine as long as we get the Chocola Reserve. Let's not mess with these two knuckleheads. We'll scram and hurry on ahead, yeah! Well, seems like Rookie's gonna be sticking with him for the time being. Now, in this room, we have Chocola fruit just everywhere. You'd think Papa would just kind of, I don't know, take some of these fruit and tell, I guess not really jokes to it so much as just how he talks normally, but yeah. So before we go onward, I want to make special note of something that I haven't gotten a chance to show off until this point just because we had other stuff going on. It is that Luigi isn't back, and if we cycle through his actions, he can still select his hammer. What happens when you do that? Luigi, prepare to get your revenge on how you've been compared to Mario your whole life! Feels so sweet, doesn't it? And okay, just because I'm not biased, Mario, you can do it too. It was just so fun to do this as a kid. Just set that hammer, keep hitting them over the head, and just making them angry. And of course, I'm hitting Luigi way more times than he got to hit Mario. You know, I gotta kind of keep the order of the universe in balance. Otherwise, bad stuff might start to happen. I got a barrel right here, and seems like every barrel on its side just does that. What does that sound like that he is saying right there? Is it just like wing, 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 wing? I don't know. Have I been saved? Rescued? Moi? Zut alors! Alors, I am the maître of this chateau! Cork, that is me! And moi, I am the petite brother Cork. My name is Cask. We were stuffed into these barrels by two très bizarre characters. Are you the one who saved us? I don't speak Italianese. To get straight to the point. The two attacked us. After the Chocola Reserves that lies deep in these woods. You two are after the Chocola Reserve as well. Ah, oui. The problem is whether or not the legendary soda even truly exists. Why, even the two of us have never seen nor drunk that famed drink, the Chocola Reserve. Beyond Chucklehuck Woods is the... Okay, I can't do this anymore. Beyond the Chocola Reserve is a sanctuary that nobody can touch. He does not understand Luigi's Italianese. Who can stomp on enemies? And Amarocks do little beats and make paths. Oh wait, man, I really cannot do this that fast. You really do lose the conversation in French if you don't speak it for a long time, even though this is not French at all. So they are going to suggest that with our wonderful hammers, indeed. If you guys can get to the point, I'd really appreciate that right about now. We'll just follow after them, I guess. You know, actually, I just realized. Why is it that, like, everyone in this world is, you know, is a pair of brothers? I mean, we had those two brothers that were the border patrol. We got our hammers from two brothers. We had the people guarding this forest were two brothers. Now these guys are two brothers. I mean, I get that they're kind of going with that whole motif that, you know, the Mario brothers are getting, you know, pairs of people to teach them their moves and stuff. I mean, there's also the Star Shade bros and things like that, but it's just, it makes an only child like me feel lonely, you know? Just saying. Well, okay, they are teaching us new commands for our hammers. It's kind of what I've been ignoring all this time, though, just because I really could not keep up that French accent, though, because it is really hurting my throat. And, yeah, they are encouraging you to beat your brother over the head with a hammer in order to get rewarded. Anyone with such a technique will become micro-sized. Oui, très petite. Anyone this size would feel like a mouse. You could go into tiny holes for micro-adventures. To return to normal, just swing it again, and there we go. So we'll go ahead and try that. We will select our hammer, and this is why I wanted to show that off right when I did. We do that, and his face. What is it with the facial expressions in this game? I mean, I know that, like, facial expressions aren't really a big deal in games nowadays, but at the time, you know, you didn't see really pronounced facial expressions in a whole ton of games. That was still kind of a new thing, and it really took a lot of work to make that look good. So we'll go ahead and press start to switch positions, and then if you press L to select the hammer as Mario. Hammer. Press the B button. Not Z and B. There was no Z button in the Game Boy Advance. You just press the B button is what they were trying to say there. And you are able to knock the other bro into the ground, and he is able to burrow underneath the ground, moving with the D-pad. So between being able to make Mario small and have Luigi burrow under the ground, and he can even move around down there, that allows for some really interesting puzzle solving that we'll be getting into. We have our new abilities. Now it is time to put the new hammer techniques to the test. Use the techniques you learned to get the 2 cola goblets in the next room next door. The 2 goblets which I speak of are 2 of the Bean Bean Kingdom's greatest wait, the 2 greatest treasures in the Bean Bean Kingdom? Whatever happened to the Bean Star? Those would have to be 2 of, like, the greatest goblets ever to be greater than an item that can grant any wish. I mean, I'm just saying. Well, we go burrow underground right there, and in doing that, we get a Chuckle Bean. There are spots on the ground that will have beans in them marked by those circles. You want to remember those for a little bit later. I believe we'll get told about this eventually, but I mean, that's the first time that we're getting shown that, so I don't really want to... okay, there. It's like my spin jump, I don't even mean to. Get Luigi through there, and hit this hammer. We're not hitting a hammer, we're hitting a switch with our hammer. I can't talk for some reason all of a sudden. I guess that spin jump just really spun me out of my commentary somehow. Do that. And of course, because Mario's always got to have the glory, he gets to pick up both of the goblets, even though one of them is clearly green and Luigi did more work to get it. Story of Luigi's life. You should be used to it by now, though. Go back and see them. Ah! You got the red goblet and the green goblets! Their faces, again, incroyable. You know, as somebody who does speak French, this is both funny and cringeworthy at the same time, so yeah. You may enter Chucklehuck Woods and search the Chocola Reserve. Awesome. So the way has been opened up for us right now. We have 2 brand spanking new abilities, even though that is not even close to being French at all. I don't really know what I was going for there. But yeah, we made our way to Chucklehuck Woods. We fought Popple and Rookie, who are also after the reserve. We got ourselves some new abilities, and we are about to get ourselves some more coins as well. Let's do that. I think we're gonna end things off here. Next time on Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, we head out into Chucklehuck Woods using our new abilities to see if we can find that reserve. See you guys then.